It's the realist and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is safe and I hope everyone is well during this time. Video today is me, critiquing myself and being, my own judge and realizing where I could have been better at times, but it's all about life, it's all about experience, it's all about growing. And as much as I can critique other people's game and other people's approach to things, it's important to be able to do the same to yourself, and that's what today's video is about. So could I have been a better coach to KSI, to JJ? Yes, I could have been. And I mean in the beginning, I could have definitely have been a better coach. When I met JJ August 2017, I had never coached boxing before. Yeah, I've done a few personal training sessions, which was more along the lines of boxercise as opposed to actual learning the science of the sport. But I had never trained someone to have a fight before. So I was really going into a coaching role based off what I knew and what I do. And that was the wrong approach to have, because not everyone can do what someone else can do. But I taught him more to what I would do as opposed to the solid fundamentals and the solid basics of the sport. And that is where I went wrong in the beginning and could have been a better coach for him. Fortunately, the first opponent, Joe Weller, was a come forward fighter and was someone who liked to apply pressure and was gonna throw, and I predicted that to the T, which was great. I had a feeling he would attack JJ and be aggressive, because it's easier to learn that than to learn boxing retreating or boxing on the back foot. So I assumed his coaches would tell him to be aggressive and make the fight rough, and that's exactly what he went out there to do. And my optimal style of boxing, don't even have to think about in my sleep, is someone who comes towards me. So teaching him that was fairly easy, but I didn't solidify the basics properly. I was looking at a few of the clips of me training him December 2017 and also the 10th of January 2018, which was just under a month before his first fight. And the pad work, I could see what I was trying to do, but I wasn't focusing on the things that really matter and the things that should be a focus, a primary focus and a priority. But at that moment in time, I thought it was the shit. At that moment in time, I thought I had the best pads going as the coach. But then watching it back and then comparing it to camps that we had after that, even to the most recent camp for the second Logan fight, it really could have been better from the start and it could have been more solid. So what I'm gonna do now is just play one of the clips and you'll see my what I'm talking about. So this clip is 22nd of December 2017, and you can see JJ throwing a 1-2 here on the pads, but he's not really turning his hand over and he's drifting over to his left. So I'm gonna rewind that. So yeah, he's throwing a 1-2, but he's drifting over to his left when he's throwing it, and the punches are kind of snatching down as opposed to firing straight with the fist ending up landscape. It was kind of on a diagonal. So as much as there's a lot of speed and velocity in these pads, the actual delivery of the punch, I should not have let him get away with that. So drifting to the left, the hands are in a good position defensively, the delivery of the punches and the speed of the punches were good, but it could have been a lot better. And me learning more about the sport going forward from that point, I would have never let that happen now. And anyone that I teach or coach now, I would never let them get away with the same thing. So it's all about learning, it's all about growing, it's just a process. And then we go to the second clip where he does a long pad routine. So there's a double hook, block. All right, let's slow this down. Let's watch this in slow-mo so I can actually break this down to you guys. So there's a double hook there, triple hook in fact, blocks the body, which isn't bad. You're supposed to catch a left hook to the body with the right elbow, so that was good. Then he catches up top as well for someone that's about to throw up left hook to the body, left hook to the head. catch elbow, catch elbow. So that was cool. But then this is what I'm talking about, the delivery of the punches. As JJ catches this left hook and returns the right hand, you can see how bent his arm is. Now that's a bad habit that I should not have let him get away with. The right hand counter should have been straight, and at the moment that is not even 3/4 straight. So I was so focused on getting the routine correct and making it look good that the quality of the punches was suffering. So he throws the right hand there, the hook there is not bad, okay. Throws another right hand, and you can see I freeze framed it 5 seconds into the clip. His left hand is down by his chest, and the right hand isn't even straight. And as the pad man, I fully extended my arm. So where I fully extended my arm, I've given the fighter, in this case JJ, no opportunity to fully extend his arm and get the technique correct. This is that, I'm saying you have to be self-critical. I'm the same, I'm very harsh on myself when it comes to my own game and it comes to the sport, because I want to be the best that I can be, and I want to be the best in the sport, and I want to achieve what I want to achieve. So I have to make sure that all of these things are on point. So this is the 10th of January 2018. Fully extending my arm as a padman makes the other person shorten their punches. He leans back from my jab, which is a good move. Then he throws the right hand again. Which one? This one was a bit longer, but still, even the angle of it is wrong. I'm holding the pad too high. Bad, bad pads, bad pads, bad pads. He leans back, which is good. JJ's always had good natural reflexes, and the lighter he is, the better it is. So if he was ever to step in the ring and fight again, which should be only Jake really, that fight would have to be at 81 light heavyweight limit or just over, because that's where he's at his optimal. Look at that. Now that isn't even an uppercut. I'm still only 5 seconds into the clip because I'm really taking my time here to break it down. But that right hand, his arm is vertical almost, where I'm holding the pad at such an incorrect angle. His arm is vertical, and his left hand, again, you can see the whole side of his face, meaning that he isn't protected. He rolls, okay, which is good. Comes up with the uppercut, hook, right hand. Again, the right hand's not straight. This was here, I was using it as a measure. So this part of the routine was added in as a measure for him to measure the opponent. JJ hits really hard, no secret about it. Uppercut, right hand, uppercut, hook, right hand. Person might back up, measure, measure to see where they are, then go again. So that's what the purpose of that was. Bang, lands the right hand. Again, because of my bad angle on the pads, he's got a bad angle on his punch. Not his fault at all. Measures again. Crack with the right hand. Parry. Parry. Parries were a bit too far away from the face. You got to remember, JJ wasn't boxing for a very long time at this point as well. So where he's a novice, he's prone to doing things wrong anyway. So as the pad man, I need to put more ownership on myself to make sure it's correct. Parry, block, block, step back. So what happened there is he blocked a left hook, blocked a right hook, then I went to shoot a jab down to his midsection and he jumps back from it, which isn't incorrect, and I still tend to do that to this day. And then come back with the right hand, make the person miss with the jab to the body, come over the top with the right hand. Again, the delivery of the right hand was wrong. And that was a double right hand actually. Step back, pap, pap, tapped him, comes back with a hook, comes back with a hook, right hand, and then the rest, I don't know what this is, just a combination of mess, just loads of hooks and stuff just to look good. Now why disappointed in myself, just a little bit disappointed in myself, because I know a lot better now. Why he had an advantage position by having my back near the fence, in this case that would be the ropes. I turn him to the disadvantaged position of the ropes, the fence in this case, and then get him to throw a jab forearm me to stop me from coming in, which isn't bad. Like, cool, if you want to create space in a fight, boom boom, slip, roll, person gets close, bang, put your forearm out. That allows you to get a little bit of room, couple inches of room to let some more shots go. That's not bad. And then he lets the right hand go again. The delivery, I didn't let him fully focus on the delivery of it. And then that one, the last shot, he fully misses the pad. This like 17 seconds into the clip, misses the pad completely, kind of grazes it and then moves out. Throwing the right hand and then moving out to your right isn't wrong. Now I'm just gonna play the whole clip back in real time and you'll see how good it actually looks, but after I've broken it down, it was trash, really. So let's watch the whole clip. So he goes hook, 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 boom, boom, boom. So it looks good, it looks fancy. But my dad will be the first one to tell you, fancy pads, if it might not be the most effective, you know, and you really have to understand the philosophy of pads in order to change how you want to do it or to make it as effective as it can be for the fighter. So the philosophy and the idea of what I was going with those pads were correct, but it's the delivery. That's where I went wrong. It's just letting him throw a couple of the shots wrong. The opposite hand ain't in the right place. Shouldn't throw a right hand like this, shouldn't throw a jab like this. You should be throwing the right hand, bang, dead straight. Jab should be bang, dead straight, and the shoulder should be protecting. And just making sure the fundamentals were correct for someone that was that early in their boxing career and going into a fight. We see what happened anyway when he fought Weller and he ended up getting the result. But that doesn't mean just because the result was on point that we should dismiss where we went wrong or where we can improve, to say it in a more positive form. But yeah, that's what today's video was about. Really just me judging myself and being my own harshest critic on camera and just letting the people know at home that I don't think I'm the greatest coach to ever do it. But I got the results that we needed to get, and JJ's been victorious in what he's doing. And going forward, you know, when he decides what he wants to do, we'll see, you know, what tips I can add in. I always said, even if I'm not his main coach, I don't intend on being his main coach, is I'll always give him some tips and I'll always throw things in because he's used to hearing my voice. And I'll make sure the fundamentals are correct and not like those videos from a couple years ago. So yeah, it's the Realist channel on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Make sure you're, you know, staying safe. Make sure everyone is enjoying themselves, and don't say you're bored. We got the internet. If you're fortunate enough to have the internet and have Wi-Fi or have mobile network data, whatever you want to call it, how can you be bored? You don't know everything. You can't know everything. So learn something new. The Realist.
Flying high, Kate, hero, niggas, acting, actors, De Niro, love for hoes, showing zero, flow, cold, flow, sub-zero, flying high, Kate, hero, niggas,